Yeah.
Also, it's just like I was sitting here looking around me. Like the only person who is in costume right now is Jared.
Yeah, why didn't you guys show up in costume?
What?
Grown-up, human, comic, people! Grown-up, human, comic, people!
We're on the way. All right, good. Welcome to the show, everyone. This is I guess we call this Halloween special. Might as well because it come out close to Halloween. The Halloween special of Volume 2 of Grown-up Human Comic People. We are the humans. It's also the 2-year anniversary of the release of our first episode. Today, anyway. Not when you're listening to this.
We should sacrifice something. It's the 2-year anniversary.
We are having a party. So, like, if someone goes missing, no one will notice for a while, probably.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, so let's go around the table. Say hi to everybody. Chris, J-Man, Dan.
Hey, guys.
I'm Jared. We're the humans. Welcome to the show. Thanks for listening. You can find us at grownuphumans.com, epiccastnetwork.com/grownuphumans. Make sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast listening app, website, whatever you listen to us to. And then check us out on the social media. Just, look up Grown Up Human Comic People, and you'll find us. There aren't any other groups called that, as far as I know. Also, Grown Up is one single word. We're sponsored by Southside Comics down at 1931 East Carson Street. Go check out your favorite comic books. Say hello to Dan, who is not here with us, but he will be at the shop all the time. So tell him we said what's up. And go to radicaltrivia.com for your all your Pittsburgh trivia needs. If you want to go out and have fun for free, we can do that. And check out Midnight Rose. We just played a couple shows.
Yep.
Pretty fun.
Yeah, we did a show with Living Keller last week, and yesterday we did a show with Amok.
Yeah.
We've been
Amok was
talking
fucking
about it a
awesome.
bunch. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a new album out.
Yeah. Check out his album.
For My Own Amusement.
Yep. It's AMUCK.
I really like that title. I don't know why. I just think that sounds cool.
Yeah. He puts on a good show too. Right?
Yeah.
Like he goes 110% every time. So shout out to him. Thanks for having us on there, and we'll have him back on the show sometime too.
Mm-hmm.
He's a cool dude.
It's a cool new T-shirt design out, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rhinoceros with headphones.
Yeah, I didn't get one. How much were they?
$10.
10. Fuck.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
that
got
was
a-
the humans price. Though,
I got
'cause
a
thought that was
button.
kind of cheap.
Yeah.
It
a
is.
good
That's
price.
how much we sell ours for. Yeah,
10?
that's a good price. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have nicer shirts than Amok. I'm gonna put them on with some good tribe lens.
Okay.
So we were going to talk about Chris's girlfriend Lacey. She was doing this thing out in it was Edna, right?
Yeah, we got to shout this out.
No.
It's Unhinged. Unhinged is a hybrid between a haunted house and a horror stage play. And we actually went, the three of us, Jared wasn't there, we went last week, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun.
I would have enjoyed it if it is my girlfriend that helped create it, yeah.
Yeah, it was creative.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think it's definitely unique in Pittsburgh. And I've never experienced something like that anywhere else.
Yeah. So you want to tell it? Why don't you just explain it? Like since Jared wasn't there, and then you can tell him.
Oh God, yeah. So you enter in, and you're led through five different performances, and in between each horror themed performance, which are all anywhere from like 8 to 12 minutes. You walk through. It's almost like a maze, but you're led through. You're led through by a character who stays in character, and he's this sort of this maniacal. He feels like a guy who's like maybe come unhinged a bit.
I get it.
And the set designs are great. You can tell that these are people who it was built by professionals.
Yeah,
and
Definitely.
They had a really good use of the space that they had. Where you would walk through one scene, they would change that scene while you were watching a different one, and really kind of make an effective use of like a couple of different, just like a couple little areas.
Yeah,
really
and making
cool.
you feel like you've traveled like a long distance on numerous different paths, but really you're moving inside of a space that isn't huge.
Yeah,
But you have no concept of how big the space is. Anyway, really good. everybody involved is a professional, and it's worth $25.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was.
Yeah, it's like 2020. It depends on the show you go to. So there's going to be, I think, 3 or 4 more performances by the time this comes out. So this will come out on Wednesday. They do every Friday and Saturday, and then they're doing Halloween night too.
Okay.
And it's in Etna, and it's called Unhinged. You can just go to, I think, unhinged.com or look it up on Facebook. But it's interesting because the person who's behind this, Joanna, she's been friends with Lacey for a long time. She does a lot of movie stuff too. And has anybody watched Mindhunters yet?
I have not.
No.
No.
We just downloaded it because we were going to be in it, but
Yeah.
then they told us no.
Yeah.
That
Wait,
sucks.
we as in Midnight Rose?
The band, yeah.
Oh,
they
no
needed a
shit.
band for I guess there's a thing with a band in one of the episodes.
I don't know. I'm only 2 episodes in,
Yeah.
but in the very first episode, it's Joanna. She's the 3rd character that you see, and I was like, oh, that's really weird. And it just kind of dawned on Lacey, and it's a very small part, but it's because they filmed all that around here, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's I think I have 5 or 6 friends in that show.
Yeah.
Plus just behind the scenes stuff and people just sawing wood for, I don't know what people do on movies. There's always some weird job where you just saw this lumber. Is this allocated from budget? Why am I just sawing a bunch of lumber on it? Just fuck you, you're a production assistant.
I mean, that's how Harrison Ford got his start, right?
He was a carpenter.
He was fucking sawing wood,
Yeah.
pounding things in. They're like,
Yeah.
hey, you're handsome, seem like an asshole. You want to play this part?
You probably told the person to go fuck themselves first.
Yeah.
It's I'm kind of busy here. Can you see that? I can't do a good Harrison Ford voice. I don't know how you.
No, I'm not even going to attempt it.
You have to be stern, stoic, and angry, and it's really hard to do.
But also sarcastic at the whole time. It's like a very stern sarcasm. He's almost like a mean Bill Murray.
Yeah, absolutely. And he always seems like he's being bothered. And even
Yeah.
like when he's candid, he seems like he's annoyed.
He has crazy anxiety.
Does he really?
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why you don't see him a lot in public. He has horrible anxiety, and that's why he doesn't do talk shows or anything like that.
Maybe that's what because I think that's what people like kind of because it always seems like he's just busy doing his own thing and you're fucking with his shit.
Yeah.
Even if you picture Han Solo sitting in the Mos Eisley cantina with his feet up having a drink just bullshit with Chewie, and you approach him and be like, what? Can you see we're doing something? No matter what he's doing, he's always going to be like, can you? All right, what is it?
Yeah. Whatever you need me to do is not what I'd prefer to be doing.
Exactly. I'm actually thinking about it. A lot of his movies are kind of that same thing. Han is always like that. Indiana Jones is kind of also like that a lot.
Yeah.
And so is Blade Runner.
Yeah, Blade Runner, absolutely.
Deckard. He doesn't want to be a Blade Runner in that movie.
No, and in the new movie,
I haven't seen that yet.
he doesn't.
I
He
haven't
doesn't
either.
want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the character's pretty consistent.
Harrison Ford plays himself all the time.
Yeah.
Also, it's just I was sitting here looking around me. The only person who is in costume right now is Jared.
Yeah, why didn't you guys show up in costume?
What is your costume?
You don't know?
Are you a spooky skeleton?
No. Have you never seen Spinal Tap?
Yeah. It's been years.
Okay.
I see what you're going
Yeah.
for now, though. Yeah.
I asked him if he was Joan Jett earlier.
Oh, man.
They do all have the same haircut as Joan Jett. They have that helmet haircut, which I have right now.
Yeah. In fact, someone can take a picture of him for the the onlines. I think.
To wrap up on Unhinged, though, everybody's great in it. You should definitely go. I would have shouted it out even if I wasn't sleeping with one of the people that worked on it. And
also Lacey's part of it.
Zing!
Shots fired.
Not entirely sure in what direction.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not really sure either.
I heard you guys. So I heard you guys continuing the Indiana Jones conversation earlier, and since we don't really have a specific thing to talk about, I actually think that's a worthwhile conversation to have because, in my opinion, the quality of the movies goes in descending order. So it's Raiders is the best, then Temple of Doom, then Last Crusade, then fucking bullshit fourth one.
Yeah, I didn't watch the most recent one.
You don't have to.
20 minutes. I made it 20 minutes. That's what I was saying.
Did you make it to the fridge?
I don't think so.
Probably
Okay.
not. If you made 20 minutes, that's That's like 10, 15. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
That's so fucking bad, man.
It's
But
bad.
In fairness, I liked Temple of Doom the best. Like that's my favorite, just because I like the storyline.
It's got short round.
You call him Dr. Jones.
Yeah, Dr. Jones.
See, I
love that kid.
I really liked it as a kid. I think it's fucking annoying now. I just watched it recently, like 2 weeks ago, and it's not the production. The production is pretty much the same, maybe a little less than Raiders of the Lost Ark. It is a weird script. It's a really weird script, and
Yeah. Well, okay. There are parts that are annoying because Willie screaming all the time is annoying as fuck.
Andy! Oh God!
She has a piercing scream. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be in the same room if she was screaming. Like,
No.
holy shit! She has one of those ones where you're like, oh my! Like, you hear it and you're like, your shoulders hunch up and you are shocked and it like makes your stomach drop for a second. You're like, oh my God, what was that?
In fairness, I don't want to be in a room with anybody screaming. As soon as somebody starts screaming, I immediately want to make them stop by any means necessary or leave. Like, if I can't leave, I'm going to need to make you stop.
Sometimes I think to myself, like, I'm watching a movie and people are screaming. I'm like, who are these people that are screaming in emergency situations?
Yeah.
Like if somebody did that and you're like, in real life, someone would grab that person to me and be like, stop, okay? You're not helping anything. Like, no one would tolerate screaming, like,
No.
in public.
Especially not like incessant screaming. Yeah. It's like, yeah, we get it. It's scary. You're scared. Shut up.
Right,
Fuck.
right. The person next to you is definitely going to be like, can you please?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, imagine if there's like some kind of, you're in a stadium and like there's a disaster. If there's a person next to you screaming, you'd be like, hey,
Yeah.
okay, calm down. Let's just calmly exit to
We can't hear what's going on up ahead because you're screaming.
Yeah.
And what is that doing for you? What is that doing
Yeah,
for you?
you're just
right
tiring
now?
yourself out. You can't breathe while you're screaming. You're running and screaming. What do you do? You're not breathing right now.
Yeah.
That sounds like dad advice. That's that mustache you have on right now. You got serious dad powers coming from that. Hey, you're just wasting your breath with that screaming there. Okay, you got second base, not third base. It's all right. You're gonna just stop the screaming.
Yeah, I feel like that's a fair point, though. Who screams like that?
Nobody screams like that.
It's never happened.
Nobody.
Yeah.
You and your first reaction is whenever something scary happens, freeze.
Yeah.
Freeze and look around.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
Or maybe you're like, whoa. Or like some
Right.
brief like exclamation of like
Right.
something. Some air leaving your lung.
But if something really fucking scary is happening, you're probably going to shut the fuck up and just watch it and like determine your next move.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't turn and immediately start running.
Right.
If it's something that's that fucking scary, chances are you've already started running.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to sit there and look at it and fucking scream and shit. Like, I mean, you know what? Maybe if you're listening and you're one of those people, I've never met you before. I don't know. Maybe some people would do that.
Although, like, I have noticed, having 3 sisters now, a niece, and having dated some women where, like, when you scare them in, like, a really innocuous way, like you sneak up behind them or something and you jump and they'll go, ah!
That's
like,
a good point, actually, yeah.
Wait, why do you do that?
Honestly,
That's a good point, actually.
Like,
yeah.
why do you do that?
I think that's something that's probably like just evolution has done. Like
So this is evolution.
It is.
This is in the DNA. This is
think about
coded
it.
in there.
So, like, just in my idea, just go back. Like, you're part of a herd, okay?
Yeah.
And and like, I don't know.
Wait, a herd of humans?
Well, I'm just gonna say like wildebeest, okay?
Oh, so we're the descendants of wildebeest.
Sure. But like. In those like early like predatorial herd type issues where like a crocodile would come up.
Humans aren't herd animals.
No,
We're apes.
I
Apes
know.
are not, in no way herd animals at all.
All I'm saying
Not
is
even
that
close.
your initial reaction, because you're in a group setting and something is very upsetting there, is to make sure everybody's aware of it. And I think just over time with things,
I see what you're
that's
saying.
the initial reaction of it, is that something has happened. My body needs to make, because of people or things that I care about around me, I need to make them aware of this as well.
So you're saying, okay, you're that's not herding is like maybe the
Well, that was the first
that's
reaction. That
okay, so like
I've
you're
been watching
saying
nature
like
shows.
social,
Yes.
like okay, That makes more sense. Like other animals do have like alarm sounds. Like they make a specific noise that says like something fucked up's happening over here. Either help or get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like what? Like meerkats and gophers and or is it gophers?
Birds, like everything.
Yeah,
yeah.
But there's those animals that are known. They live in communities, and I think they're meerkats. Anyway,
I think beavers.
I'm not gonna buy that entirely. I'm not gonna accept it.
I mean, I have nothing to back this up with. You just said it, and it popped in my head.
That makes some sort of sense. I see what you're trying to say.
But then why would that only be relegated to the female? Like I've scared my guy friends.
I mean, I'd say it's more.
friends.
Well, I would say that's probably more of like a learned like society thing for men. It's not that women learn to do that. I think we learn not to do that because like as a dude, you're supposed to be in U.S. society, the general idea is like men are expected to not do shit like that.
Yeah, I mean you're right.
Like when you're young, if you're a young boy screaming all the time, like someone's gonna be like, "Yo, shut the fuck up."
But you definitely had a friend in grade school where you do something and you go, "Ah!"
And then
what? And that's the same kid who pulled his pants and his underwear
all the way down
to his ankles to pee at the urinal.
That's definitely that kid.
Fuck. These are my closest friends.
You're right. You're absolutely right. So yeah, I think we figured it out. It's because if you're a little boy that screams all the time, you're gonna get laughed at and told to shut the fuck up often.
You're gonna be stuck at the table with the fat kid and like whatever minorities are at your school, and you guys are gonna be down there just alone.
Right. And we don't discourage that in women because it's hilarious to scare women.
Yeah,
like people. I've dated multiple people who are like easily scared, and it's just the most fun thing to scare the shit out of them.
I don't know why that is, but it is.
It's so much.
It's
fun.
really fun to scare people.
Yeah, I love scaring people.
Again, though, why?
I don't know.
Just to get that reaction.
I feel like that's that alpha male shit. Like even though none of us exuberate that, you still want that. You have that like inherent dominance that you're like, I can do this to you.
None of us exuberate that. What?
I don't know.
Exhibit that?
No.
Yes. We don't
Yeah,
we
sure,
don't exhibit
whatever.
Sorry. I think you might be partially correct. Like we, it's like, I scared you. Just that very simple.
And I think actually that's something that, going back to what you said, how as like society has conditioned us to not be scared. So like that's inside us. Like you can still be scared.
No,
It's
but
just
like
funny.
women love to do that shit too. Everybody loves to scare other people.
It's because it's funny to like it's like any practical joke, like you briefly put someone in a situation that makes them extremely uncomfortable, and then everyone else gets to laugh at them, and it's funny.
Yeah,
like because it's not just the person scaring it that gets amusement from someone being scared. Everyone around also.
Yeah,
like it's not like, even if you didn't do the scaring, if you saw someone get real scared, you're like, ha 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 ha. Did you see that? Look at your face. Your face looks so stupid.
Well, it's like going up onto the top of the Empire State Building or something, and you can't fall off. If you're up there, you just see people walk up behind like their friends, just like grab them real quick, like saves your life, don't forget it, and they're like, fuck you.
I don't know because being scared is also like I think for a lot of people fun, especially whenever you realize there is no real danger. So after you've been scared and there's no danger, everyone laughs. You're like, all right, because you're extremely relieved. Like your adrenaline spiked for like 1 second, and it's still going. You're like, oh, okay, I don't actually have to fight or run or anything. Okay, it's cool. Like I'm good, and I'm gonna laugh now because like I'm like amped up for a second.
Well, that's interesting because that kind of segues into something I wanted to talk about. Being it's the Halloween season, we're talking about horror movies and being scared and whatever. What is it sort of that like in this collectively that we like to fucking watch scary movies and like do these scary things? Like, why do we like to be afraid?
I think adrenaline has a lot to do with it because like people become adrenaline junkies, and I think even if you're not like a skydiver or something, if you like to be scared, you like that like because your heart beats faster, you're actually stronger and faster. Your senses are heightened. It's like a jolt of it's like a drug, So being scared is kind of like hitting like a little like a drug. You know.
You think that's?
I think it's a
what
big part
is?
of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have an explanation, or even like any serious thoughts about it. Aside from, I mean, I grew up I watched horror movies ever since the time I was old enough to watch movies. Like I loved horror movies and I loved to be scared. But is it that sort of thing where like being scared is fun because once you realize like, oh well, everything's fine.
Right.
But the side effect of watching horror movies is that you're terrified like as a little kid for like days or weeks afterwards. You know?
Because as a little kid, you can't wrap your mind around the fact like that's not like you can't fully, say like okay, that's not real. Like because as an adult, you're like you see a horror movie, you're like wow, that was scary. But you might think about it later on, but your reasonable mind is like well, that's not real. There are no clowns in sewers. That's obviously not a thing.
Well,
But
at
as a
least
kid,
not,
you
not
don't know
at least
that.
there aren't clowns in sewers that are supernatural. There
sure.
could definitely be clowns in sewers.
Well, I think as a kid, you can't for sure say that there aren't supernatural clowns in sewers because like what if everyone who's seen one is dead?
I mean, and I don't think that we could assert that even as adults. Like not with 100% certainty.
You're right, but as a kid, that's much scarier thought than as an adult.
Yeah.
As an adult, you're like, well, if that's the case, well, it's so rare. I can reason my way through this. Like,
Right.
It's so rare that it probably is not going to happen to me. And if I get near a sewer and I feel like a bad feeling, I'm just going to step around that sewer.
All horror movies, when logic is applied to, is that easy. Like, oh, did you hear about the house at the end of the road that you can never get out of? No, thank you for telling me that. I'm not going to that house.
I'll just avoid that house. That's good information for that.
Yeah, that's it. Is that on a bulletin somewhere? It should be.
I should probably tell more people about this.
I'm going to bring this up at the town council meeting and see about having that demolished.
Also, right now, I'm just going to jump on Facebook real fast and make a status and be like, make sure not to go near the house at the end of the road. It is haunted, or maybe. And we should probably get rid of that.
There's definitely a supernatural child-eating clown there.
Yeah. In fact, I'm going to start one of those petitions, like the online petitions.
I'm going to my municipality right now.
A change.org petition.
Get rid of the sewer clown.
We're on top of this. Kids are at stake. We're getting on top of this right now.
Jim, get on there and sign that. That'll take us to 30. We'll start gaining some traction.
I really am excited to see the next It movie because, like, in that one, like, it makes sense in the 80s. Like, kids are disappearing and no one fucking knows why. But like, if one kid escapes in today, they just fucking post that shit on social. Like, you could take a picture of the clown with your phone, be like, there he is. You could Facebook Live yourself going into the sewer and seeing him.
Yeah.
And everyone would fucking see it.
Yeah.
And no one would go in the sewer and it would die.
Watch me fuck with this hoe ass clown.
There's a bunch of kids, like 30 kids in the sewer, like with their phones, like one kid's yelling "World Star."
The other kid
What's
every
up,
time.
bitch? Come out here, clown, you whack ass looking motherfucker. What are those?
That's the thing. Yeah, that the writers of that movie, like I guess Stephen King, didn't foresee like this being. Kids are assholes.
Yeah.
Kids are serious assholes.
Fuck yeah.
Especially kids with cell phones.
And especially when you get 30 of them.
Yeah.
Like 30 kids. They're not fucking afraid of a clown.
Oh, yeah, absolutely not. I'm surprised that 5 kids were afraid of a clown.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Although when he busted out with those crazy teeth, that shit's pretty scary.
Well, I guess he had to approach them one at a time and really scare the shit out of them first, because like if it would have been a group of them, one of them would be like, "Dude, fuck, that's not fucking scary," and then he would immediately lose his power.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because if it were the 4 of us and he came out, I'd be like, all right, that's kind of scary. But if there were 40 of us and this busted ass motherfucker comes up and like with his red nose and his big teeth, like, fuck you, dude. What are you going to do? Like,
Yeah.
Keep him busy. I'm going to get a brick.
You can't kill all of us at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. I don't care how scary you are. Like, you go up in front of 30 more people, nothing is scary, really.
Nothing, yeah.
The only thing that's scary is like literally giant monsters.
Yeah, I was gonna say like werewolves are still
I don't know, man. 40 people versus one werewolf. Like, it might claw a couple people.
Yeah.
But, like, I wouldn't. I'd be like, let's get him. Like, there's, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Werewolf. Back to this werewolf thing. I feel like this is something that's burned into your subconscious now, or maybe right into your consciousness.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't bring it up in real life. I'm not like, oh, Sarah, here's your mortgage application. What do you think about werewolves?
Like, how many people do you think could like take on a werewolf?
Just, I mean, hypothetically, but
Ballpark.
serious.
Ballpark. You know, like, what do you think? 10? 15?
I don't know. You 25?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm thinking, like, what kind of monsters, other than like giant monsters, like what thing is so fucking scary and like, I don't know, powerful, I guess, that it wouldn't be scared if a mob of people was like, get him.
I think
that's scary as fuck. Like if more than 5 people and one person yells "get him," I don't care who you are, you're gonna fucking get the fuck out of there.
Oh, yeah, dude. It would have to be like an ethereal monster, right? Like something that doesn't exist,
Like a ghost.
Like some sort of like apparition, or like the from the Demigorgon, the one.
Oh yeah.
Like something like that, where it's like, well, it doesn't matter. Like, I'll just, transition back into, like, this other part of the multiverse, this
Right.
other dimension, like, whatever, fuck off. But, like, anything that has physical form, yeah. Like, okay, so you're impervious, like, you can't die from these things, but, like, we're still going to beat the shit out of you. Like, even if you don't die, you're going to take a huge licking. That's going to be fucking terrible.
And no one's gonna be scared of you anymore.
Yeah, because you got your ass whooped.
You might as well mind your own fucking business. Make better decisions.
I'm trying to think. Like, vampires aren't scary. I don't care what anyone says. They're
No,
not.
especially not in a group.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
One-on-one, yeah, that's scary.
Sure. Oh yeah, vampires scary one-on-one. Depending on what kind of vampire you're talking about. Like I wouldn't fuck with Blade. He's only a half vampire.
Yeah.
No. No, you wouldn't fuck with Blade, but
Also, to be fair, I wouldn't fuck with Wesley Snipes probably.
Yeah.
no, probably not.
Yeah.
Dude did go to prison on principle.
Yeah, he did. There's something to be said about that. What kind of vampire? Okay, there's those kind of vampires. Then there's like
Morbius. That's a fucking scary ass vampire.
Morbius is the living vampire. He's not really a vampire.
Wait, what?
His full title is Morbius, the living vampire. Because back in the day they weren't allowed. Yeah, the comics.
Comics
Oh,
code
that's
bullshit.
right.
They
Yeah.
had
There
to
was-
find a sneaky way around it. 'cause they
yeah.
weren't allowed to make
So he's
them.
technically not a vampire. He's like,
Okay, well,
Why did they ever give a shit about the comics code?
because society was even stupider than it was now.
Yeah, I never understood that. 'cause-
Like we think like the gay marriage thing was a big deal. It's like people used to be offended by vampires in comic books. Like that wasn't okay. Like that's how shitty we
See, that's
used
the
to
thing.
be.
Up till the 90s, though, like McFarlane, like his book, the comic code wouldn't approve. His Spider-Man that he did.
Yeah.
That's why he quit Marvel. That was like 91.
Yeah.
And he was like, guys, why do you give a fuck about this code? Don't put it on there. It will sell just as many.
Yeah.
No one gives a shit about
probably
this.
more.
Yeah.
Because the Image, like whenever he broke off and started Image with like Spawn and all that, that couldn't have been
No.
approved.
No.
Nope.
Also,
they didn't give a fuck at all about that. They were like, we don't even. They probably didn't even send their shit in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my question is, did anyone ever give a shit about that? Like ever? Because I mean, think about it. Like adults now buy comic books. Adults back in the day weren't fucking buying comic books. It was kids buying comic books, probably getting money from their parents. The kids aren't going to be like, wait a minute. I don't see a comic code stamp on this one.
Yeah. Yeah. That ain't
But
gonna
if
stop
they
shit.
opened it up, like in the same way that like parents were so enraged about,
Like the parental
Dr. Dre
advisory,
or NWA. Like I remember I had to hide all of my like rap tapes when I was a kid because if it said parental advisory explicitly, like that shit got taken from me.
Do they still do that?
I don't know.
Is that still
Sure
a thing?
they do.
Because I can't imagine anybody gives a fuck about that now.
Well, that's the thing.
Right.
Nobody buys actual physical music anymore. So
Also true.
I don't know how you would see that.
I mean, it does have. If you look online, though, if you're
point.
on Spotify or something, it'll have like explicit
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, since this is a celebratory episode, we're going to try something new. I've tried this before because I was told about it a little while ago. And we like to do fun things on this podcast. So what we're going to do is we are going to smoke some dokha, which is an Arabian tobacco. It's a really high nicotine content tobacco. The tobacco, it's just tobacco. It's like straight tobacco, and then it's mixed in with some leaves spices and things. And it's real intense.
Spices. Not to be confused with the marijuana alternative, commonly known as spice.
Yeah, not that. It's not that. So we're gonna have some first impressions from everyone around the table trying this thing. So who wants to go first? Anybody?
I'll go first. I have a feeling I'm going to hate this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I have a feeling I'm really not going to like this.
Okay, so Dan, here we go. We'll describe
This
the
one's
spice.
already burned, man.
A little bit.
Give me some fresh stuff.
All right, fine.
Yeah,
I think there's only a little top of it.
I want to get an unadulterated experience,
Okay.
though.
That's
I wanna
fine.
have,
Oh yeah, see, there's a
like,
bunch of. See.
Oh, wasn't there?
Yeah. Well,
Sorry.
it's fine. It's like
I just want to. Yeah, you have a whole
Yeah. It's fine.
container of medicinal-looking tobacco. That shit looks fucked up.
So it's a long. The medwakh is the pipe. It's a long. Kind of. It looks like it kind of looks like a Black and Mild.
Yeah, it looks exactly
Yeah,
like
it
a
does.
black and mild
Yeah.
with a little Viking horn on the end of it.
Yeah. So what you do is you hold the medwakh by the little horn on the end, and you light it, and it kind of has like a, I don't know, it's like one or two puffs in the bowl,
And we inhale it.
yes, you want to inhale it, and so here we go, and you probably want to lean back in your chair there because, like I said, it hits you pretty hard. So and right after you take the exhale, just describe how you're feeling. So I'll bring the microphone nice and close to you.
This is going to be terrible.
Okay, so
I'm not holding it by that stupid horn. Either.
hold it by the horn. Do it right.
What the fuck?
Do
man?
it right.
Why would I put my fingers at the closest possible point to where the flame needs?
I don't
to
make
be?
the rules here.
All right, whatever.
All right, so here we go. So
Just
Dan-
one puff right now, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You want to hold the flame on it for a second to make sure it catches. So, yeah, that's probably good there. Maybe a little more. There you go. So we got some. I'm trying to hold the smoke for a second and then exhale it. There you go. So, how do you feel?
Fuck, man. That's whoo! Immediately, my palms started sweating.
Yeah.
This is like what this reminds me of. This I can't even speak. This reminds me of like the shit you would do, like when you're a freshman or something in high school. If you're a piece of shit, you're degenerate like me. That like it would just alter your perception a little bit, but it was intensely uncomfortable. Like it's not a comfortable feeling. It's not like doing a whippet or something where you're like, oh, I'm really relaxed. No, this
Right.
is like, oh, I just gave myself an anxiety attack. Of all the physical manifestations of severe anxiety. This is weird. Yeah.
All right, so there's definitely more in here. So, Chris, would you like to?
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay, so you saw Dan do it. You probably want to hold the flame on there for another second just to make sure it's burning while you inhale
Careful
there.
with your hand.
Yeah,
Holy
watch
shit,
your
you got
fingers.
Your fingers so close.
There you go. Okay, so Chris is doing it. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Take a nice deep little hit in there, and then just hold the smoke in if you can. And you might set everything down.
It also feels like you're inhaling wool.
Chris,
Chris got a
describe
big one.
your experience.
Jesus Christ. Oh. Yeah, it feels like salvia. It's
Yeah.
not as bad, but
Yeah.
it feels just like salvia.
You're right, man. That's what I'm talking about. That shit you did when you were a fucking kid.
Oh my God.
Because you could buy it.
Keep talking, Chris.
It's this is horrible. Why did they market this?
I don't know.
Oh, it's like your frame rate drops.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah, it feels like my frame and like I don't have trails or anything, but everything is just taking so much slower. And you're right. I have all this anxiety. I'm like, wait, did I choose the right major in college? When does this end?
All right, so J-Man, you want to give her a shot? There you go.
Yeah, man. This is a Middle Eastern thing. It's probably in like.
All right, so Jared's gonna Jared's gonna go for it right now. There you go, and just hold the flame on there. And inhale. Probably a little more. Just keep holding on there till it kind of burns red a little bit.
The
You
build
might
up,
need-
the
you might need more.
anticipation.
There you go. So, J-Man, how you feel?
I don't know. It's kind of like a shitty cigar. I don't know. I don't know how to describe that.
Is the feeling hitting you?
Yeah, it's a little goofy.
Yeah.
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 It's.
Is
I don't
it, is
know
it
how to-
is it negative? Is it what do you think? Like, how do you?
I have no idea. I don't have anything to compare it to either because I don't smoke anything.
That's true. That's fair.
You are right though. It's like a. Remember, you used to come to like the pit tailgates, and they always have those really bad cigars there.
Yeah.
they're they're like.
Oh, yeah.
You get like a 100 for $10 or something. Like that's literally how cheap they are. And a couple of times I've downed an entire one of those.
Yeah.
and it's not quite as intense as this physical feeling, but that's what it's like. If you've ever had a really good cigar and you've like really like sucked it like a dick, like real fast, like you want to get it over with, and yeah.
yeah, that's I know what you're talking about.
Do
You're
you
right.
like it? Do you like it?
I'm not sure. Like
Yeah.
I
I'm
only
not
did it
either. I think it
yesterday.
might have just gave me a headache.
That's the thing. Like I did it once yesterday, and like I sat down. I was like, wow, I feel like really intensely good. Like that was like real crazy, and I was like relaxing. I was like, whoa, okay. And then like probably about a half an hour later, I tried another one, and after that one, I was like, okay, that was I don't feel great right now.
See, now I want to try it again. Like I had a real bad time just 3 minutes ago, but now I want to do another one. That thing's got to be cashed at this point. I don't think you.
Ugh. It is a little harsh.
Yeah. Well, probably because there can't be anything left in there. That
Yeah,
pipe-
I think I just got a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It smells
there's
like
more in
burnt
the
shit.
Yeah.
But this is what happens. So this comes out of this is like a tradition out of the Middle East, and probably in a lot of those Muslim countries, like drinking's prohibited, drugs are prohibited, whatever. But every organism on Earth wants to get fucked up.
Yep.
Like we all try to figure out ways to get fucked up, and so what do people do? They're like, oh, well, let's take this fucking tobacco and make it really fucking weird, and then we'll get high on this for like 30 seconds at a time.
Yep.
And
And Allah won't kill us or whatever.
yeah, it'll still be within the parameters of this absurd tradition we find ourselves in.
Do people smoke it like sit there with it and smoke it a whole bunch, or they just smack it a few times and
I think they just
go on with their day?
I think they just like smack it like once and like relax for a while, and then they might take another hit like a little later.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, it's a really intense
Numero
buzz.
dos.
It feels like my head is kind of like a balloon, like it's floating above my body. It's not. I don't think it's unpleasant. It's just really like if you're not prepared for it, it's real intense. I think once you understand what's about to happen, you're ready to relax for a second. Let's like sit in your chair and just like not do anything for a hot second. It's fine, and you're like, wow, okay.
Oh, dude, that second one was way more intense than the first one. To the point where this is like a whippet, But like I said, like an anxiety whippet. My hands are at least twice as sweaty this time as they were the first time.
So, would you say that you like it or you don't like it?
Verdict's out, man. I don't know. Like I try to avoid anxiety, and I feel like this gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
So if I had to give it a thumbs up or thumbs down, this is getting a thumbs down.
Okay.
Like I don't know why you would choose to get high on that when like there's marijuana.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Well,
know?
yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's a different kind of. Also, I think that this, because I had some marijuana before, like not today, but like the first time.
Yeah.
And I was like, kind of high, and then I took a hit of those. I was like, wow, this is real nice because I was already relaxed.
Yeah, that I could see that
Yeah.
playing a part in it.
Yeah.
It's like like after the ayahuasca ceremony when they shot that tobacco shit up your nose.
I didn't do that part.
What?
Oh yeah, there's this.
You didn't tell us about that.
Oh yeah, dude. There's this like part of the tradition. What's it called?
I forget what.
I forget the name of it. But if anybody looks up, if you Google, I don't know.
It sounds like it should be like an SUV name.
Yeah, it's real weird.
It's like Durango or something like that. But
Hello, Durango up there.
it's a southwesterny sounding name.
Yeah.
I don't, or like a half Mexican sounding name or something like that, or like South American. name.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. I mean, it's just tobacco and then these like other spices and herbs.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
And it fucking burns really bad, and there's like probably like nicotine and other shit, but it opens up your sinuses, and you just get this insane head rush.
Yeah.
And the difference was after that, I laid down, I closed my eyes, and saw pitch black and felt united with the universe.
I was like, also after that buzz was gone, you were still on ayahuasca.
Yeah. The ayahuasca is still very, very prominent in my blood. This is just like it's like all the build up without the payoff. It's like jerking off right into the point before you come, and then being like, oh fuck, I'm late, I gotta go.
I wouldn't compare it to that because that's awful. Like that's for me, it's way better than that because that's a nightmare situation. Whenever you forgot what time it was or something, like you have to like be somewhere and you're like, oh fuck, like I was like 3/4 of the way there.
Yeah.
God damn it. You gotta leave the house with a fucking loaded gun. That's terrible.
Fuck. Dude, this totally reminds me of how you got your nickname at the Bujinkan, which was Sans Pants.
Oh.
I'm sorry. What?
Oh, man, that's a great story.
It's a story for a different time.
That's a great story.
We have a party to attend after this.
Sans Pants.
Remind me next time. I'll tell you that story.
Yeah. Hear the story of Sans Pants.
Oh, man. Oh, terrible.
Well, hopefully we'll all be Sans Pants and
That is a really good story.
It's a great story.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have more of this. I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's
There's
weird,
probably
man.
still some
It's
in
weird.
there.
It's uncomfortable, and then you want to do it again.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's
here,
like-
you know what? I'll give you another one. I have a ton of this shit.
It's
So,
like
yeah,
when
I'll
you
fill it
when you have like a little cavity, and then you like touch it with your tongue, and you're like, oh, that hurts, and then you do it again.
I don't think it tastes very good though.
No, it
No.
didn't.
It tastes like a
tastes good.
cigar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a good one.
Yeah. It doesn't taste like
Yeah.
great. There's another. I have another bottle or whatever. It's a different flavor. So if
What does
anybody,
this stuff cost?
it wasn't that expensive. The whole kit, like the little pipe and
The pipe's cool as fuck.
and the little, like everything was I think $50.
Okay.
So and as you can see, I have two of these little bottles, and this bottle will obviously last quite some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like. I mean, it doesn't look like a crack pipe. It looks like a little
No.
opium pipe.
Yeah, it's like a little wooden pipe with a. It's very very simple. So we'll give Chris another little taste of this. There you go, and let's give us your second. Okay, here we go.
Yum.
Did you get some? You got some.
Oh yeah, it looks like you got a pretty solid.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep talking. Go ahead. How do you feel? It does take a second to be able
It
to talk.
does. Yeah, it takes a second. Like I said, it delays everything. Oh man, I remember this one time. The first time I ever did salvia.
Get closer to the microphone.
First time I ever did salvia. Me and this girl from high school. We were at her house, and I'm trying to remember. This is the perfect drug, for lack of a better term, to tell this story on, because I already can't remember a lot about it. So we're sitting on her bed, and there's like a party going on, and she's like, "Hey, do you want some salvia?" And I was like, "I've never had that before. What is it?" She's like, well, "This is the really potent 10x stuff."
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so 10 times the normal salvia. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll do anything twice, doesn't matter. And
I'll do anything 10 times.
yeah, right. She just put it right on top of a bunch of weed, and she said, "Here, just start hitting that." So I hit it, and I got really high off the weed, but I wasn't getting anything from the salvia. She's like, "Are you holding that in?" I was like, "Yeah, not a lot." And she's like, "No, you got to really hold this stuff in."
Yeah.
So I packed another pipe of salvia after I finished the bowl of weed with the salvia, and I held it in, and I was sitting there, and I was just like, and it was just like this, this long of a pause, and my legs got up and they ran away.
Jesus Christ.
And for 10 minutes, I just looked down. I couldn't move off the bed. And so I just started screaming this girl's name. And she came in. She was on the phone. She was arguing with her mom. And I was like, I need you to go get my legs for me.
Yeah, that kind of.
Did she go to your legs for you?
She whipped her car keys at me.
That's a fair response.
It was.
It's a fair response. I just took another hit on that, and holy fuck. That was like a strong.
Yeah, it's got a compounding effect.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Wow. I am. Wow.
Yep.
Jesus. Yeah. If you're curious, I mean, you can go online. It's governed under the same laws as tobacco, so you can just buy it online. It's not.
If you're curious, why don't you just send us a message? Come over and try it for yourself.
Yeah.
Save your money and buy some weed.
Yeah. If you want to try it, yeah. I guess send us a self-addressed stamp envelope.
Stop by one of our recordings.
Yeah, stop by a
You just have to
recording.
give a live play-by-play.
Yeah, actually, once we're at the studio, we can do that.
Yeah.
It'll have a little couch, and people can come by and get high on nicotine.
And sample drugs.
This fucking weird opium den-esque place.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Wow. It's still happening.
Yeah, of course.
Wow. Okay. I think that's enough of that.
I agree.
Yeah, I think we're done now.
We got a party to go to.
Yeah. So happy Halloween, everybody, and we'll see you guys next time. Let's go around the table. Krias, J-Man,
See ya.
Dan.
Keep it creepy, fellas and ladies. And other people who identify as something other than a fella or a lady.
Yes, everyone, keep it creepy.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Jared. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for listening. Good night or afternoon, whatever time it is.
What's behind that door?
Grownup,
Two kisses.
human, comic,